Hello vinyl community, it's Bill with the Vinylverse back again, another video. This time it's going to be the progressive rock vinyl tag, which was put out there by North Carolina Vinyl Picker. I was tagged to do this video by Edward Prog Hat. So I was on the fence if I was going to do this vinyl tag or not. I know Alex at Beer and Vinyl also has a progressive rock vinyl tag that he put out there. Alex's came out first, I believe. So Alex, I don't know if I'll get to yours, we'll see. But since Edward tagged me to do this vinyl tag, I'm going to go ahead and do it. So here you go, Ed. Like I said, this is North Carolina Vinyl Picker. He put this vinyl tag out there, Art, down there in North Carolina. Thank you, Art, for getting this together. There's 10 prompts. I like that because it's a little bit shorter than the main vinyl tag. So let's just get into this. I got everything written down here, so that's why I'm looking down. All right. The album that pulled you into prog, the first progressive rock album that truly hooked you. Okay. Genesis Duke. Okay, I know everyone's saying that's not a prog album. Lots of prog elements on this album. Genesis, my favorite band. Everybody knows this. But this is the album that got me into Genesis and ultimately led me through their catalog and into other progressive rock bands. Of course, I knew songs like Roundabout from Radio Play. I knew Aqualung. I knew Lucky Man from ELP. But this is the album that truly got me started through becoming a diehard Genesis fan and progressive rock fan. The story goes, so this album came out in 1980. I remember a spot on one of those entertainment shows, you know, those 30-minute shows that would come on after like the news, Entertainment Tonight or one of those types of shows. At the end of that specific episode, they played the video to Misunderstanding. I had never heard the song and never seen it before, but for whatever reason, when I saw that, I was hooked. Even though that's a pop song, that led me to check out this album, and I've never turned back on Genesis since. So definitely progressive elements on this album, even though I know most would not consider it a prog rock album. But that is the album. Okay, number 2, your Desert-Island Prog Record. If you could only keep one prog album on vinyl forever. Okay, we're going back to Genesis. My favorite album of all time, and by Genesis, of course, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. This is my Desert-Island album for sure. Okay, number 3, the non-beginner Prog Album. No, the non-beginner Prog Album You Love Anyway. A Prog album you love but would not recommend to a newcomer. Okay, McDonald and Giles. So, what year did this come out? 1971, I think. This, Ian MacDonald and Michael Giles left King Crimson. They put this album out. It's fantastic. It's quirky. It's a bit psychedelic, but it's great, and I love it. But this should not be someone's introduction to prog rock. Let them go through King Crimson first. But other bands even before King Crimson. This should come later, I think. But great album, MacDonald and Giles. Okay. Number 4, best sounding prog album in your collection. The prog record that sounds absolutely incredible on your system. Well, I got a lot of albums that I really like listening to because of the sound quality, but one standout is King Crimson's Thrack from, what was this, 1994, I think? Excellent later period King Crimson. The double trio era. Fantastic. Love this record, and it sounds pretty darn great. The most underrated prog album you own. A prog album you feel deserves far more attention. I pulled 2. The first being, so this is Quiet Sun, the album Mainstream. So, highly underrated. This was 1975, I think. I can't see for sure, but I think it's 1975. Phil Manzanera, who would go on to be in Roxy Music. This was kind of his baby. Excellent album. Let's see. It's experimental prog leaning into fusion. You even have... am I pointing right? You even have Brian Eno on some synthesizers on this album. If you've never heard this album, highly recommend it. Check it out. Excellent. And the second underrated band or album that I would recommend is Froop out of Ireland. This is their album Future Legends. This also is 1971, I believe. I mean, look at that cover art. That's amazing to begin with. But yeah, this is great too. Another quirky band, but really great. So yeah, check out Froop. Great band. Okay, number 6, a prog album that gets better every time you spin it. One that reveals something new with each listen. Well, this is Signify by Porcupine Tree. Great album from 1996. This is the 2016 remaster by Steven Wilson. Really great album. One that, so I picked this up, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. Was never really familiar with early Porcupine Tree, and love this one. And every time I play it, I appreciate it more and more. And it's really good. Signify by Porcupine Tree. Okay, number 7, your favorite prog album cover art matters because album artwork is a huge part of progressive rock. Favorite album artwork. Gentle Giant Octopus. I love this cover art by Roger Dean. Yeah, can't go wrong with Roger Dean, and this one is exceptional. Love it. Okay, number 8, a prog album you didn't get at first, one that took time before it finally clicked. Jethro Tull, A Passion Play. Yeah, this one took several, maybe a handful of listens before it really hooked me. And it's become one of my favorite Jethro Tull albums. I think it's great. Even the little intermission of the hair that lost his spectacles. But yeah, Jethro Tull, A Passion Play. quite good. Almost done here. Number 9. The most emotional prog album in your collection. Not necessarily the most complex, the one that hits you personally. Well, I picked this one more because of the heaviness of it and the weight. That's Marillion's Brave. This is the deluxe edition on CD and Blu-ray. I love their these editions that they have for their albums. So Brave, concept album about the girl who was wandering on a bridge but didn't know who she was or why she was there. Yeah, this is pretty heavy. This is dark. It's very cinematic. Lots of textures. So it's one of those, it's not like for me, you know, it's not an album that makes me cry or anything, but I just feel the weight of the story and the music. It is a brilliant album and I love it. So that is my answer for number 9. Marillion Brave from 1994, if I didn't mention that. And this deluxe edition came out in, I can't tell if that says 2016 or 2018. But really great. Okay, and the final question or prompt. Your gateway prog album recommendation. The album you'd give to someone who says they don't like prog. Am I second guessing this pick? No, I'm not. My answer is the Yes album. So I think this is a great gateway album into prog. I mean, you do have a few longer tracks, but I think for the most part, this is more a rock album than, well, I think for the most part, this leans more into the rock of prog rock. So I think this is highly accessible for people who are looking to get into prog or don't know if they like prog. Yeah. So, great album. The Yes album. And that'll do it. Art, North Carolina vinyl picker. Thanks for putting this tag out there. Edward, thanks for tagging me to get me to do this. Hope you all enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments what you thought or your answers to these questions. Duke is a prog album. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hope everyone's doing well. And that'll do it. I'll talk to everyone soon. Take care. Bye.